Okay,
Oh,
guys,
easy.
this will just be a continuation from part one. This should be hopefully the final part to all the curses. Turns out there's a lot in this game, but yeah, just picking right off where we left off last time. So fewer rerolls, tier four. uh, I have a feeling I can guess what you guys already think about this because I like never want to click it ever.
Yeah.
But any arguments
So
for?
I recently was able to take -2 rerolls plus one reroll, so I got fewer rerolls at a tier 7 cost, and it was still kind of bad.
Yeah.
So
Unless
not a
unless you
fan.
literally get it with the blessing, right? And then this is just like terrible heavy dice. Like heavy dice exists and then there's this thing. Like why?
Yeah, this is not pickable.
Yeah.
No.
Unpickable.
Yeah.
It just opens up way too many I die now because I low roll and now I don't even get any chance to
Yeah,
salvage
it's like,
it.
oh, I am skilled at this game. Doesn't matter.
You Fury roll.
No,
I
no, both.
mean,
Yeah, both. I don't ever want to play with either of these things.
I
mean,
think.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching Celebrity one time, and he said he picked two Fury reroll like once, and it was like super easy. I never picked it, so I don't know.
Well, when you're at that cost, I guess the entire thing you're asking yourself is, can this curse by itself win or not win, right?
You
Because
can definitely not win.
points.
I mean, yeah, you show up to floor
I-
4, you brick everything twice, and you're
Yeah.
dead. Like,
to me, it's unpickable, but just trying
Yeah.
to put that perspective on it.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
think it's
mean,
another one of those that if you're winning a lot less often, like the variant situation makes it closer to playable.
Yeah.
But if you're winning a lot, then it's just really, really bad.
agree.
this is Peter's favorite section, so I'll let you just do this.
Oh, S tier, very happy. And this is also big happy.
No.
And then the 10 is also big happy.
This one I don't. Yeah,
And then
Even
this
even
one
the
is-
2, I'm not big happy.
I'm not big happy on 2. I don't think Peter is either. But
I'm happy is okay on 2. Yeah, the 1 and the 10 I'll stick on big happy like no matter what. And then the 2 and the 3 we can discuss.
yeah, I think slightly happy, and then heavy dice 2. I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
whatever
it's-
on it. It's okay.
Whatever
it's
is okay.
fine.
I'm
like,
actually slightly sad, but
no.
I don't like heavy dice too. That's it's only 3 curse points and it
yeah,
sucks.
that's why. I
1,
feel so
2,
bad.
3, 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
but
makes no
no,
sense.
but okay. I mean, it's 3 curse points, and what does it actually do against you?
It does a
'cause you,
lot.
like-
It comes to play like multiple times a fight, every fight.
Yeah, but
Sucks.
You're
It's
building
like-
around it to a degree too. I mean, yeah, it's
You
only
can
3
build
cost.
around it a bit, and the other thing is like, okay, you sure it can play, as in you would like to maybe roll 3 things, but like how much do you lose from not rolling the third thing? Like, oh, I already have 1 mana, I can roll for 2 mana because I have 2 rerolls, but like the EV is like not that much higher anyway. It's like nice to roll, but like, do you really need to roll? That's the question.
A lot of times
It's
you don't.
perhaps fair.
I mean, we played with heavy dice a lot, like a ton. It's just one of those like insta click sort of things, at least in the big streak.
Yeah, I still haven't even had a chance to run Heavy Dice 1 on version 3 yet.
Really?
Oh wow!
We got.
I've played it like 10
Yeah.
times. Yeah, that's crazy. Or did you just never picked it? I guess.
Mostly it didn't show up. Well, early on I probably wouldn't have picked it because I would have been afraid of it. And then by the time y'all were saying that it was good, it never showed up.
The timing.
Yeah, the funny thing about Heavy Diet, I even picked it with Brutal, and I think on Brutal it's like way worse because, well, you usually like the good brutal curse are basically plus HP and stuff. So you extend the fight and you get less value per turn, and even then it was like still fine. So
Someone's gonna have to convince me on this next section because I hate slippery dice with a passion.
oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
hate
I'm
these
very
things.
sad with these. Except for oh okay, VM is on the wheel, isn't he?
What is this whatever
Good.
doing on my spreadsheet?
This is not pickable, man. I mean, ugh. And then there's like some
mean-
weird funny things with like slippery dice and like sticky. Like that's hilarious.
True.
Because like you get agent and then sticky, and then it's just like what the fuck.
Yeah.
No, I think Slippery Dice Zero is actually very playable. It's 6 points.
Only 6 points.
Only 6.
It is 6 points.
Yeah, I mean maybe we're talking if it's like literally 11. I hate this thing. But
Have
you
you-
play with
have you
it
played?
more. I just don't click it. So
Have you played with it? Yeah.
no.
I've never had a bad experience with it. I've played it like
Yeah.
6 times
same.
or something.
That's wild. That's so wild.
It's pretty chill. You just take 5 points off something else and you're pretty much happy.
And then
Yeah,
you
I
have
mean,
like so many less
basically-
buttons to push too. You only have to push one button.
Like let's say you compare it with some Sandstorm or something. You can immediately see or like some ad or something. It's like, oh, how much can you like brick on and still be fine? Like it's you take away a lot of pressure, so
Juggler stonks going up.
yeah, I take like slippery dice, sorcerer, like heavy dice
Yeah.
sorcerer.
Yeah.
I don't care. I just
Yeah,
It's all the same, honestly.
it's all the same. Yeah, I can
One
see that.
one important thing I'll mention for those that don't know: if you do take slippery dice, you can press the done rolling button to stop rolling prematurely if you like your dice. That's not obvious to a lot of people.
It does make it like, because normally you would just lock all your dice and then start using them, right? And so like that was my biggest thing when we played with this is like, now I just have to hit the done rolling button. It's another click. Like, what is this?
the most annoying thing is if you actually have like, let's say, sticky left side or whatever, and then it will not lock in. But then if you lock everything in and you're like, okay, I just want to see what this does, and then you try to press Z to lock everything out, like just
Oh yeah, you can't undo
remove
it.
everything,
It's so
then the
annoying.
sticky will keep being stuck, and that's like extremely annoying.
So probably slippery dice just gets like a minus couple of points for just being the most annoying curse in the game. Like, not gameplay wise, but like user interface wise.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I'm still whatever on Slippery Dice Zero. I'm probably still like slightly sad, just because of like the concept of not being able to lock at all is very annoying.
Take them more.
But
That's my leaning, but I also have 0 experience with it in version 3, so...
same. I
Yeah,
just
the
don't
only
click
thing
it.
that's confusing to me is like, okay, why do I actually think Slippery 4 is still such garbage and 6 is like actually playable? I guess that doesn't make a lot of sense, maybe.
I mean, 2 points. I think the difference between locking 0 and 1,
It's like, yeah.
it's like you kind of get 2 points for free. I feel like 0 and 1 are like more or less the same curse.
Yeah, not really, but kind of yes. I don't know. Yeah,
Or like
There's
the value
definitely a
difference.
yeah. You
The value
can
difference is not 2 points. It's like maybe 1 point.
usually if you like if you hit the nuts on one, like if you, I mean, yeah, it's like weird. Or yeah, I guess if you have like one hero at the start with like only 2 sides, then you can like lock that one. But usually if you hit that one, then you can just lock everything. It's like okay, but yeah, I still lose some value.
Also, I want to mention before we move on, or if anyone has any ideas to talk about this, but the difference between heavy dice and slippery dice, because I feel like a lot of people are probably confused. They kind of feel like a similar sort of restriction, but I think the main distinction between the two is that with heavy dice, you can guarantee an outcome, and a lot of times, like, you only need 3 dice to quote unquote solve a turn and make sure no one's dying, and then like the rest is just icing, right? If you have
Yeah.
slippery dice, now suddenly, like if you want to quote unquote look for a better line or try to solve, you are risking bricking your other characters, and now you're just introducing all sorts of variance into the turn. So I think that's like the main reason why I don't like it nearly as much. I don't know if anyone else has anything else to add to that, but that's the
way to
big
say it.
reason.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah. I mean, people used to say on T 2.0 that heavy dice is way more RNG or something like, oh, you have higher lows and higher ups, let's say. I don't know how to say it.
Like a higher
And then
ceiling.
like a higher ceiling, but also higher lows. And then
Lower low,
slippery
you mean?
dice is supposed.
You mean lower, right?
Sorry,
Heavy
lower
lows.
lows. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry. And then slippery dice is like more consistently bad, but in fact, it's actually just like they have the same sort of ground, or like they sort of like start the same. How do you say it? Like they lose the same amount of value at the start of your roll, and then heavy dice just keep on climbing up. I feel like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it's like this heavy die. You just start with a little bit of garbage, and you can just climb up to something great. And then slippery dice, you have some garbage, and it just never gets better because you just have to roll your good sides as well.
Yeah. Just
That's kind of how I feel.
completely annoying curse. Like it's so annoying. Like we've talked about before, maybe not a ton, but the value of being able to like bank mana and kind of prepare for outcomes on the next turn is really valuable. It's a similar idea. Like you bank instant value in a die and then you reroll rest, and now you can't do that anymore. So it's kind of like
Yeah, I
not
mean,
having next mana.
how many times do you have like 2 or 3 dice? That's like the standard, right? You have 2 dice that are good or great, and then like 1 dice which is like whatever, and then 2 dice which you kind of want to reroll. And then slippery is like, well, you can't really roll these dice except if you want to roll all your good dice as well. So it's like, yeah, every turn is the same. And then heavy dice like, oh, I can only roll 2. Oh, I only want to roll 2. It's like super chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slippery Dice 3 is just the biggest scam in the entire world. Like, it's so
Yeah.
crazy how bad that is for 1 point. If it was
Crazy.
Slippery Dice 4, maybe we're talking, because 3 dice is usually enough. You can usually brick like 1 hero in a turn, and it's fine. But bricking 3 heroes is not really acceptable.
Yeah.
No. Slippery dice 3 is you can keep 3
Yeah.
heroes.
So like
So
2
you
to
only
3,
break 2.
you can't brick, right? Sorry, I should clarify that. Like you're not really allowed to brick 2 to 3 heroes a turn and have it be fine.
Okay, sure.
1 is okay. Usually you kind of expect to break something, especially early on if you have like some kind of whatever heroes anyways. But okay, any additional things to add to this, or should we just move on? I'm gonna take that as let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay, here's where it gets fun.
Oh, worst items,
Yeah.
my favorite.
I mean, this is why we need rushsecond, because darktwinge needs some backup on this one.
I've come around on the one good one. Less so on the other 3, but
Holy, now there's 3 big happy. Can you
Yeah,
explain?
3 big happy, 1 horrible.
I didn't know we
I
were
don't
on
know.
this
I think
this
train.
is like a slightly sad, whatever, slightly happy, big sad, I think is what I would say.
Sorry, I
wait,
didn't
what
get
is the worst item?
didn't
Oh,
understand.
item 14, worst item. Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah. When I first started seeing this, I was like, oh, combo, I don't want to equip my items anyways. And then I was like, oh, wait, the curse items have to be equipped.
Oh. Combo with worst items 1, I guess.
Yeah, combo with worst items 1, it's fine. I think there's like one, I think there's like 1 or 2 that you have to equip. Tier 0s.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's 1.
So
Pretty
the
good,
first
but,
tier of
like-
worst items is basically giving you kind of two effects. It's giving you delaying all your like item picks by 2 floors, and you never get a tier 9 pick. And to me, that's about a 1.5 tier curse, but
Yeah,
it's
I
not
don't like that.
something I
Yeah.
like. But
I would say
Like
slightly
whatever,
sad.
or slightly sad.
Mm,
I'm leaning towards whatever.
Whatever.
I think on the worst side more.
whatever. It doesn't feel like it really does that much.
Yeah, it doesn't. The impact is not super big.
Tier 9's got
Some of
nerfed
these are good.
really
They're just
hard from
boring
tier
to
2.
take. It's like I'm just sad because then I don't get to play with nice items.
you know,
It's less fun. But again,
Yeah,
I think we
exactly.
mentioned that last time as well. It's like some things just feel worse than they actually are. Like they definitely hamper your dopamine levels, but do not hamper your win rate.
Mm. I mean, I get a lot of dopamine when I have the spell that kills the hand when he has 41
yeah,
HP.
yeah. Wait, actually, it's niche.
True.
Why is my font so different? What happened? I don't know.
Worst
But
item
yeah.
2, I think. I mean, it's honestly still like pretty okay.
It's like whatever to me.
Yeah.
yeah, to me, it's kind of the same thing. It's about a 3.5. Like it would be a little easy as a 4. It's a little hard as a 3.
The nice thing about worst items 3 actually does make your early game a little bit easier. And the 1 doesn't really help with that, but it does make your late game worse. So this worst items 2 actually makes your early game kind of free, but still makes your late game worse. And then worst items 3, this tier 7, I looked at it, actually it's like the tier 7 doesn't do anything.
Tier
It's
6s
just,
are the good ones.
It's just like some +1s on some things. But tier 8, 9, and 6 actually have a lot of carry potential. So I think this 4 points is kind of free. Yeah, your tier -2 doesn't matter at the start because you have no points. So it's just free at the start, and then in the end you usually have some kind of way to override it, or doesn't matter too much, let's say. So I think these curse items are not that big of a deal. The tier -2, and then giving up the tier 7 is like no deal at all. So
To answer the chat question,
no big deal.
Like the -3 curse items are game losing sometimes. Like you'll just get offered 2 things that instantly lose the run, pretty much. Like,
Specifically, there are no handcrafted -3 items, so they're only weird generated things.
and they usually have
Yeah, we'll get to that.
They
right?
always have multiple effects stapled together, right?
Yeah.
And so that
Yeah.
just adds a lot of very bad things. Some very bad interactions.
Yeah, things you really don't want to get together. But,
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
we'll
I'd
get to
probably
it.
call it big sad rather than unpickable, but again, it's just kind of like
Oh yeah, it's not unpickable at all, I think.
Well, if you're going by the definition of unpickable, it's like if it's like less than 90% win rate is unpickable, then this is definitely unpickable.
Yeah.
Oh, do you not win 90% with that, you think?
No, the-
no.
I played a couple, I looked at the generated things, they're just like game losing. So like, you go to like floor 1,
Maybe,
you just lost.
Yeah. Okay. Now I believe you. Sure.
I'm leaning unpickable on that. I don't think after picking it one time, I do not want to ever play it again.
fair enough.
But worst items 3, I did think about a little bit more, and I did think like maybe it's not big happy, but like slightly happy, because it does introduce a slight late game problem, which other things like tough HP and stuff definitely don't introduce at all.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
But generally pretty happy. Just
Yeah. I wanted to say about worst items, especially 3 and a little bit even 4, that is like a very good brutal curse, because worst items 4, let's say, I mean, okay, you're saying you insta lose on 4-1, but it makes your early game like super free because you have no curses basically. Like the curse builds itself up over the whole game, right? Like at 4-1 you have 0 curse, and at 20, you have whatever curse you think it's worth. So let's say worst item is like worth 8 points in the end or something, or maybe 9. Then on brutal, you're actually playing unfair at the start. So like your early game and mid game is actually like pretty normal, and then you like get through that, and then well, late game you have the tough HP curses, which are like very low impact, so it cancels each other out like super well for brutal.
Okay, rushed. When we first started 3.0, I was like, oh, free. All the heroes are good. And now I think this is complete trash.
Rush is item, right?
Yeah. Or is it? Yeah. I think
oh, wait,
so.
no. I thought this was heroes. Never mind. Which is the... Tunnel vision is heroes, right? Yeah.
That's both. Tunnel vision is both.
What is the... Am I stupid? I think I'm stupid. I don't know where the...
Oh, do I not have it on? It's possible.
God. What is the hero one called?
There's so many curses.
What is the hero one called?
Rushed.
What is the hero one?
Hurry is
Hurry.
heroes.
Hurried.
Ah. Okay, I don't know where that is. I'd assume that would be in here.
I think
Yeah.
it's just one that I missed. So
What heroes are them? Are they the same tier?
Hurried is just 1 and 2.
yeah, they're also just 1 and 2. Yep.
Okay, well, Hurried is the one I was thinking of. Complete trash.
Oh yeah.
Unpickable, I think. Maybe
Not
not. Maybe
unpickable,
not
but it's pretty
unpickable,
bad.
but it's for
I
the
would say
point
it's
values,
unpickable.
it's really shit.
I would say it's unpickable actually.
And then Tunnel Vision is just like a worse version of it because then you've just compounded. You don't get any choices, which is like a huge part of the skill in this game.
The only thing that I don't mind too much is Rushed 1. With Rush 2, you get like random, and then you get some random tier 1s for like 7 tier 1s for tier 7, and then you're like super sad, or I mean just all
Yeah.
these broken up items is like super sad.
Also,
Rush to
no-
hurry.
And Hurry too. I mean, how many times on tier 3 do we say, oh no, if we get the roulette, we just lose?
yeah.
You know,
And then you do that for 2 points. Well, thanks. And that's like that's only a small part of it.
With these as well, if you have like first 10 curses plus this or something, and you add them together, you get no ability to get level ups because it takes away your random button. So that is also an interaction that I think people found out about later. Just don't do that. Don't combine it with those curses that will give you potentially more lack of choices.
Just so little points compared to how much choice it takes away.
Yeah, it takes away a lot of your ability to actually like win, right? I think
Heroes are good. I mean,
Yeah.
why is worse items like not a bad thing? Because heroes are so good.
you know.
yeah.
If I have a knight or if I have a bard, I'm like crying, and I'm like, oh, okay, I have like 90% win rate, and suddenly if I have knight, suddenly I have 100% win rate.
Yeah. Yeah, knight is just bars with like a very good item.
True. Tunnel vision, I hate. This is terrible too. It's like
Yeah, it's
completely
so-
unpickable.
The funny thing is, I actually saw like a screenshot of someone that had tunnel vision too, and was like, "Oh, I got my first hard mode win."
Oh, damn.
I was like, "Oh well, I guess I mean, it should still be winnable." No, like you don't need skill; you just get get good
The
rolls.
game tells you
I
what
mean,
to
if
have.
tunnel vision tiers 11 points, it would be like fine.
Yeah,
That would be
yeah.
pretty wild, honestly. Just all random the entire run for 11 points.
tunnel vision 2 for 11 points is pretty scary still.
Yeah. Honestly, that's why. I mean, you can think about how it's like you have no curses and it's just you have to hit random on everything. I don't know. Get roulette, lose
Yeah,
the
I
game
mean,
to a
plastic
liberal.
crown is pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, what I think is very funny if people say like, "Oh, worst items 3 is actually like completely unpickable, and then they're like, "Oh, Rush 2, yeah, I clicked that." And I'm like,
Well, they're
wait,
like
so
the same curse.
You think
except
Rush
one-
They're
second
like
clicks
the
Rush
same.
2?
yeah, you just lose like one of your tier 7 or 8 or 9s to some random garbage, and then the other
Yeah.
ones you also have half the value basically, so you lose
Yeah.
like the same.
Depends on your definition of fun. I'm not sure if it's necessarily a fun curse for me, but I like
Oh, it's
having
definitely not
choices.
one.
I like seeing the good heroes and getting dopamine. I don't like seeing the bad heroes, and
Yeah,
my
you need to do the combos, right?
tier 3s are
Yeah.
just like sharp shot and like garbage. Like,
You get Iker Chalice, you need the Shaman to do like the wham wham wham.
Real.
yeah, having both at the same time is awful. Like if you have good items and you can pick your items and you get random heroes, you can sometimes work around it, right? Like you can pick your items for the heroes, but having
Yeah.
both at
Mhm.
the same time is just so
Totally.
much worse.
Alright.
Do you want to change any of the rankings? Or just roll them down.
I mean, for me, it's like, yeah, this is fine actually.
Yeah, basically, unpickable seems like a little strong, but I don't have enough experience to like. I don't have a real argument here. It's kind of whatever. So
I don't. Yeah, I mean, Tunnel Vision 1 might be pickable, I think. But the
Yeah,
others
big
are really
stat.
bad.
You can do big
Yeah.
stat.
Okay, this is complete trash. Like unbelievable garbage.
This is like freaking like 11 points.
Yeah, this is so bad. Like every gray turns to bard. Every healer turns to bard. Like no, thank you. Everyone is
Wait,
alloy.
Bar turns to what?
I don't know. Alloy becomes just like even worse than before. I mean, it's literally just a dead hero
Totally.
slot. It's just statue without HP. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's so bad.
Okay, I mean this one seems free.
Yeah, free, completely free. I mean, you shouldn't really be dying. Like, you're just getting free curses now, and then you die even less. But like, I feel like, okay, I'm gonna rant a little bit. Every time I look at Reddit, people are just like, it's fine to let heroes die. Like, it's chill. It's not the end of the world. And I'm like,
Still on it.
dude,
He's still on it.
stop letting your heroes die. If you just play to not let your heroes die ever, you will win the game. Like, a lot more, I promise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't die, you win. Holy.
And
That's
I mean, I think
kinda
it's
hilarious.
probably worth noting that, like, even if you are, a less experienced player and your heroes are dying sometimes, like, Bones is still not gonna suddenly ruin you, generally. Like,
Yeah.
they've only got 4 health base, and they're not even attacking you that turn. It's gonna be until the next turn before they do anything, so...
Yeah.
The only problem with Restless Bones and Heavy Sleeper is just like super early. If your team is like complete trash, then
Mhm.
you need to consider.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I think the main reason I say that is
AKA
like Ruffian and some other stuff that like sometimes you do swing in, but people are just like, oh, I just swing in Ruffian every fight, and it's like the 5
Oh,
damage
yeah.
side is awesome, and like,
Oh yeah.
no, it's not.
People rank Ruffian. Yeah. I posted something about that too. Yeah.
It's not good. I think Heavy Sleeper is where it starts to go. I'm not happy to see this. Like, it's
No.
usually free, but in the times that it's not, it snowballs really out of control.
Mhm.
Because I think the whole thing about Slice and why it's so much less punishing than Spire is because your decisions matter a lot less as the game continues on, in terms of like, I make a choice in one fight that impacts me like in floor 20, right? Like, if you lose a hero on floor 10, usually by floor 20 you don't feel it at all. Like, nothing happened. The problem with this is that you take it and then suddenly everything's fine. You run into Tarantus. Now your top hero dies, and then the next fight, because your top hero's dead, something else dies, and then everything is like dying all over the place, right? So it can run into some issues, but usually it's fine.
Yeah, I would
Usually
say
you'll
if
just be
Tarantus-
broken because you have 4 points for free. But
Yeah. That definitely helped that you don't die because you have 4 points. But if Tarantus wasn't in the game, these would be like super free for sure. Like, I would just take permadeath on site every time. I mean, not really, but it's like pretty chill.
we used to think this was a little more acceptable, right? And then we're like, okay, why
Yeah.
risk? Yeah, why risk it?
Cannot risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, the permadeath Tarantus thing is actually like kind of fucked.
But I would be
Yeah.
curious to see how many runs in the 50 no one died. I'd wager it's quite a lot, or at least not dead till floor 20. I think
And
there's
that is,
plenty of
and
times
that is
that
with
dead
11
before.
points, right?
Yeah, with
Not
11 points.
5.
Yeah.
Like that's the big deal. Like you need to play hard mode and see how many times you don't die.
But there's only a couple of cases, but usually if someone's dying in the run, it's like 1 or 2 deaths tops in a run. Unless there's fringe cases, obviously, like, you know, sometimes you are swinging in your berserk or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. To go back to that point, like, people just say like Berserker Ruffian, it's fine to let them die because they just are gonna swing in for pain, but like, stop doing that. Just don't do that. You'll win a lot more.
Crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, like I mean, I like
permadeath-
Berserker. Go ahead.
Permadeath also turns off Surgeon. I mean,
True.
Surgeon spell.
Mhm. Yeah, I was just gonna say that I do like Berserker quite a bit, but I don't let them die.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Berserker's good, but don't let them die. That's like
Yeah.
the biggest thing. You need your HP so you can swing in.
Oh, and the one other thing I'll note about like permadeath is that it is worth noting that if you do lose a hero against like Tarantus or something, it's still not an automatic loss. You can still recover with 4 heroes. It's hard, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can still win the game with 4 heroes.
Yeah, that's a very good point actually. Yeah, very good point. Also in the early game, sometimes you randomly have someone die, but then if the guy is still tier 1, then you're kind of playing with top def or something which is normally like 7 points. So as long as nothing else dies, you're just playing kind of a normal game.
Okay. Early curses. Personally, I think this first one is like completely free.
1 to 4 for 4 points seems fair.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's just delayed, and then like you get more.
Is it really
choices.
4? Is it not 3?
That one's 4, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How hard do you agree if your
Yeah.
top hero pick to play around Tarantus? You more play around the hand. With permadeath, you definitely play around it for sure. But a lot of the top heroes that have top dodge are good, anyways.
No, not the tier 2s. With the tier 3s yet.
Yeah, tier
You dance
2s.
Yeah, the
off,
tier-
really.
Yeah.
Tier 2 is Trapper, like
Yeah, tier 2's.
Trapper Ninja.
Rogue.
There's items that do stuff too, though.
Rogue,
Like,
yeah.
And you
there's
can also play
Pilgrim.
around it with a Prophet and just give
Oh,
everyone
no.
100 health so that Tarantus runs away.
Oh my god, that was the Reddit thread. It was like someone was like saying, should I stall here to like make Tarantus run it? And like I said yes, and then I got like crucified in the comments that people were like, just let them die, it's not a big deal. I'm like, that is literally a big deal. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about it. I'm tilted.
Oh my god. It's like freaking 3 months ago, this guy's
Yeah, I know.
So funny.
I don't actually know that much about tier 2.
I don't want any of this.
I
but-
don't
I
think
don't
there
want
is
any of
free.
this.
And tier 3s suck. I think we've
Yeah,
looked
tier
at that
3s
before.
are really
tier 3s are
bad.
really bad.
11 points. You basically reroll your curse set.
But
That's
a lot
bad.
of the
You reroll your curse set, you don't have myriad or
Yeah.
anything. Like
It's a
you
lot of
don't-
like the really big points that are the free ones, right? Like, they're like way overpriced, like the heavy dice, tough HP kind of stuff. And then these are like all either overpriced or fairly priced. Like, I don't know if there's really that many tier 3s that are like free.
Oh yeah.
There definitely are, but
No. I mean, oh yeah, this is really bad. No,
yeah.
you can definitely see like like game losing, and then just random into another game losing. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Tier 1s, that like never really happens. There's like a fringe case where it's like bad, but none of them are like instantly losing you the game.
Left sticky.
Yeah.
you know.
Tier
Yeah,
1,
sometimes you do have to take. You should look at what curses you can get and then ask yourself how bad they are, because a lot of times people will not pick things that feel bad but aren't that bad when there's actual stuff in the pool that is just terrible. This is also pretty fine. Yeah. Slightly happy, I'd say, for me.
Big happy or slightly happy?
It
Not big
builds.
happy.
There's enough like atrocious tier 1s that I'm like more whatever on it. Like you usually end up getting something that's pretty awful, but
Yeah. But it is 8 points, and it's delayed. So
Yeah.
it's not all coming in at the same time, and you can usually have information at that point with items or heroes to be like, this curse is fine.
Yeah, there's definitely one or two where it's a bit awkward. You're like, okay, I will take this archer training, but I'm not happy about it. And then, but yeah, that's like still fine, I guess.
Yeah.
But I would definitely not say big happy. Yeah.
It's kind of like half of the curses are like 0 points, and the other half is like kind of like 2 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it end up being just kind of fine.
A lot of times you just have enough, you see enough of them and you take the free ones that you will eventually have to take the bad stuff. But with only 4, that's not really true. You can usually just get the free stuff.
Yeah, same thing with the big thing about tier 1 is you get a lot of items. Tier 1 items. So if you have only 4, then you don't get the trouble that you have too many curse items. But if you have 10, and you take some 2 at the start somewhere in the first 5, and then in the last 5 it's kind of hard to take them.
Yeah.
So that's another thing.
These are pretty terrible. I still don't like these. The same logic though, right? The tier 1s are fine, and then everything else is like, ugh.
Yeah. I mean, this is also the 3 for the 3 for 5 and 5 for 10 is also not a great deal.
Mm-hmm.
That is what we like to call a scam. The art of the deal right there.
Pickable even. Big sounds.
I mean, if you have literally nothing else, but I doubt it.
Definitely the last thing. It's the
Certainly
last thing I
Seems
look at.
very bad.
Tier 3 is awful.
Right. It has to be like complete garbage. I mean, tier 2s are also pretty bad.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, you're just getting scammed out of 5 points. I mean, it is delayed. Yeah, but
it is delayed.
Yeah, big sad is fine.
I mean, you were talking with like worse items about how the fact it's delayed is a big part of its value. Now you're like, I'm ignoring the delay. Yeah, but I don't like them. I'm not like defending them.
I think
don't want them,
the tier 3 is unpickable just because of how many like insta lose things there are.
Agreed.
Oh.
So even if it comes on floor 20, it's a lot of pressure still. I think with curses also sometimes it is nice to know what you have to deal with, like to understand like after the first 10 floors are over, then you're like, okay, I'm not gonna have to deal with anything else, so I can like build around this, and I don't have to build around the what if, right? Delayed to a point.
Has anyone taken this thing, the 11 points one?
Never.
Looks so weird. It's like 20 points.
20 points for 11. Yeah, no thanks.
Or tier 4s though.
Tier 4's complete garbage.
Okay.
This is. Yep.
Yeah, don't
okay.
do that.
Next.
I mean, we can talk about how bad the tier 8 is.
Yeah, tier 8s are like literally worse. Yeah, literally worse than tier 10.
Yeah.
Forget, do you get a choice of 2 and you get to pick them, or you just get a tier 8 at floor 14?
You pick it.
You pick it?
I mean, you see 3 unpickable thing, you randomly see the 3rd unpickable thing. So
Yeah, point.
There's not very many pickable ones, so.
yeah.
The only tier 8 pickable one is one that you can't see. Which is
The 12 for 1 to 20 doesn't show
1
up.
to 10.
So I don't know. It probably is bad though, for the same reason that the
Stone Rain.
getting 10 level 1 curses is worse than 4 or 5.
I think if you get a tier 1 curse every floor, you're like forcing to pick like a lot of curse items, and you have like no item slots.
Yeah, and you will see the bad ones at that point because you will go through all the
Yeah,
good ones.
you're guaranteed to see the bad ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate this. I hate all of these. I don't know how you guys feel about these. Maybe there's blessings that you just like add something and it's like fine. You just get a hero level up or something, but
If generated heroes were better, I wouldn't hate these as much, because then it's like, oh, well, we get to have some tier 4 heroes by the end, and you level up faster, but, like, the generated heroes are all gamblers, so...
Yeah, I don't think they're unpickable, but
Yeah, I mean, I can see picking them, but they're a bit bad.
I would say like slightly unhappy or big unhappy. I think they're pickable though.
Yeah, I'd lean big sad for the set, probably.
I think for like orange is like the worst class.
Yeah, yeah. Sure.
And of
Well,
course, mid
wait.
grades are like pretty broken.
Wait, orange are the worst class, so that should be. Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Yeah. Like you see like a freaking clumsy, you take top missing, it's free.
Yeah.
Did we
True.
play with D level at all?
they're very
I don't-
rare, I think.
I don't think we really saw them.
Oh wait, D level.
I mean,
I
tier
guess
2s are
there's-
broken, so there's that. But I don't think this is like so bad, but it's not good.
I don't think
I
it's
mean, the level
unpickable,
12 lets you reroll your tier 1 also.
Yeah, I get clumsy and then reroll.
Yeah.
Reroll
The level is like pretty playable generally.
reroll alloy. I'm just gonna type that like actually because I think that's literally.
Call me. Reroll call me.
Oh, clummy. Oopsies.
I think the level 2 is like a lot of pressure on floor 4 though.
Yeah.
But the level 1 usually is pretty fine.
It's basically saying like first floor alpha, like, which is
Yeah.
pretty scary a lot of times.
True. Yeah, that's
I
too
feel like
much.
for the level 1, they are kind of whatever.
I don't know if it's whatever.
I would say slightly
Yeah, I'm
sad.
so sad.
Or slightly
Yeah.
sad.
It's pickable though.
Yeah.
And there's also like some combos, right? You have like D level plus like add like hoarder or something, you know, like.
Oh yeah. And the level up, sometimes you get
Yeah,
some free points.
Exactly. Yeah, the D level 3 hero is completely unplayable.
I think
right?
it's unpickable, yeah.
I'd say the D level 2 and bot 2 are probably also unpickable.
Yeah.
Unpickable unless
Yeah.
XYZ.
Unpickable. That's run losing completely.
I mean, you'll know if you can do rude awakening.
Yeah.
Either completely free or not pickable. That's pretty funny.
Usually it's not pickable.
Usually it's not pickable. Sometimes it's just free 2 points.
So slightly sad.
Probably safe to say unpickable, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then just
yeah.
I don't know.
And then you just add some
Majority is.
fringe cases. Yeah.
Unpickable sometimes can pick. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh, but like
Same.
for most curses, you have like an
Dependent.
average value. This seems like just like 2 extremes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
I think you just say like you will know if you can do this. This is completely free. Unless you have add sarcophagus, in which case it is not free, but
cool.
It yeah, like it's definitely very easy. Like it is possible for it to be relevant. Like probably most often if you end up in a like, well, like this is actually one of the things with the where you're adding a bunch of tier 1 curses, right? Like that's when it can end up being bad. It's like, oh well, if you got this one seems free, but then you end up like having to take something that like makes the wisps harder in the inevitable fight, and then they summon a bunch of bones, and then it is actually threatening. But under the vast majority of circumstances, it's basically ignorable. Just, I guess, be careful taking it with, I mean, things that you mostly shouldn't be taking anyway, but stuff that's gonna boost, like, summon sides on enemies.
So the note is don't be bad.
Skill issue if bad. Flighty is very hero dependent, right?
ID is fine.
It's like
I mean,
usually
it's not super great,
yeah,
but it's usually fine.
Usually it's just whatever.
Whatever, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, and it, for anyone that doesn't realize, it can have the advantage of actually making it easier to kill, like, enemy snipers and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. You get some
do not take
like
a regen,
scoundrel that hits everything, and now suddenly you can just target ranged. Or fiend. Here's our fiend use case right here.
Oh, fiend of the gods.
Barricade I hate. I really don't like this.
I think
Oh
it's,
my god, the barricade.
like, in terms of difficulty, I would say whatever.
Okay, barricade's completely
What?
pointless against the hand.
This thing is
It's like
Game
so
losing,
bad.
right? Against the hand.
Yeah.
Just the single curse.
No.
The hand, but now but now with 70 HP. Interesting.
Is it unpickable or big sand? Is one of the two?
It is definitely not unpickable.
It's not
Like,
unpickable.
It's not that bad.
It's pretty bad. I'll go to bat for that. I think it's
Like,
pretty
it's
rough.
It's
Well,
So
annoying.
1/4 of the time you lose. I mean,
I feel
1/4 of the
like,
time
yeah,
you lose like
against-
80% of the time.
You don't just
Yeah.
auto lose against the hand. It's not that bad.
It
Why is it
makes
not
it a
bad?
lot harder. Like a lot. And inevitable. I mean, there's some
I was
really.
Well, I
thinking
mean,
Slime
inevitable, you want to
Queen.
kill the wisps first most of the time anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. I think Slime Queen is another very annoying one.
No.
It also just
And just
some of the
every
hallway
other fight.
fights too.
Hydra,
Yeah.
right? Hydra is completely
yeah.
annoying.
Ugh.
No.
There's probably more, but can't think of it.
On the plus side,
Barricade,
it
I mean-
makes the like clumsy items actually playable.
True.
Huge. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm not gonna. It's
I
definitely
feel
big
very
sad.
strongly about this.
Yeah.
It does add there's a hidden stat to barricade also. It adds 50% to your runtime.
We can do a big sad to make Twinge not hate us.
It is absolutely not unpickable. Like, there's so many worse
Well,
things.
speaking of unpickable, this one is.
Yeah, no, absolutely unpickable. For example, Heartless. Yeah.
Not much to discuss here. I mean, if you
How
need
is
an
it
explanation
only
for
eight?
why this is like completely unplayable, then
Like, you
Not-
can
okay,
still
once you-
save with burst, but
your gray is.
Yeah, you have to.
I mean, it makes
You have
Bard
to have a
better.
5 blue team.
Your Bard's not saving your heroes anyways, so.
But Bard is always dying, so it's like a problem.
Yeah, you
Bard's
just
gonna
roll your
cantrip
damage. Yeah,
shield
yeah,
and
yeah.
accidentally save someone and then die because of it.
Hero immunity is also pretty trash.
Seems real bad.
Pretty
Real
trash.
bad, yeah.
Really bad. I mean, turns off all your runs. Turns off some grays.
It removes
Turns off
almost all
first
the
blood.
tier 2 and 3 red spells other than Surgeon.
Makes Knight like
Yeah.
way worse. Just
Yeah.
sad.
Makes
Yeah.
Fiend better, makes Cultist better.
Yeah, this self burst is like already 2 points.
Yeah.
Not being able to self burst is so annoying.
Yeah, to be clear, if anyone that doesn't know, this makes your heroes immune to abilities. So all tactics and spells can't affect your heroes. It has the plus side that like it makes Fiend a lot better because nobody gets damaged when Fiend casts their spell on the hero side, but like that doesn't at all make up for its big downsides.
Yeah. Not great.
Wait,
like,
hero
you can't
immunity,
even-
wait. Well, I was gonna make the joke. Oh, my heroes are all immune. Oh, that's actually so good.
It's a blessing.
Okay.
Skip rewards. I don't know if I've really played with these, but I imagine they're pretty fine.
Super Wars 5 is actually big happy because it's
Yeah.
an item. It's like crazy. I think I don't know. That's like an
It's like
oversight or something.
worse items, but easier. Right?
It's like it's a tier 2 item, and you just get a tier 3 anyway. So it's not like you go
Yeah, you're not.
and
Oh, that's
skip a
interesting.
turn.
Yeah, it seems like that's supposed to be Skip Rewards 4 or something. Interesting.
Yeah.
This one hurts a little bit more, but I still don't think it matters that much because like tier 2s you can just keep till the end a lot of times, and items are tier 9s are not as crazy as they used to be.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe a whatever.
Whatever. If you need 2 curse points, I click this every time, and I'm not sad. So
It's pretty sad, but it's fine.
Yeah. It's fine.
So I definitely a little annoying. It's not like free at all.
no, it's not free,
No,
but
no.
it doesn't kill you usually. I mean, if the run's really struggling, then it can kill you, right? If you need something to bail you out, it's just less chances to bail you out. But
Honestly, I don't have that many times that I keep my tier 2s.
yeah, but sometimes you're like, oh, I have a Seer, I have a Glacia, like,
Yeah,
I'm happy to.
But yeah, you can do it. Yeah,
I
sometimes you have
voluntarily
more,
keep a tier 2 about 30% of the time.
And if you're forced, it's not like it's that bad.
Yeah,
Tier 2s are
it
great.
reminds me of like the heavy dice thing. It's like it's nice to be able to roll it, but if you can't, then it's like a marginal value.
Yeah.
to you.
You'll also know it from the start too.
Yeah.
Yep. You play around it. Okay. That is all
But,
for
yeah.
the miscellaneous, I guess.
I will say there is a hidden cost even if you keep one, because you see the upgrade for it a couple of times, and then you really cannot take the upgrade for the one that you want to keep very often, because otherwise you're like stuck with some, like, I don't know, like some soldier or something, instead of your seer.
Right.
So you feel it a little bit before that as well. So yeah. Anyway.
Oh boy. Honestly, I don't even think this will take that long. I think these are a lot of them are pretty bad. So
Sure, last
Yeah.
max, it's not. I mean, it's pretty fine. For slightly happy.
I wouldn't say slightly happy.
No,
I'd say
no.
slightly sad
Yeah.
or whatever.
Probably whatever.
Yeah. Same.
This one I really don't like.
Yeah.
This one is
I mean,
bad.
it's
Wait, what?
pretty bad.
Isn't it the same?
No,
Like, what is one mana? Is like.
I really think there's a lot of breakpoints, like where your blue just makes 1 mana and now you can burst, right? Versus having to make 2 mana on 1 turn, like, just opens up so many more low roll.
Yeah. Actually,
cases.
that's true. Yeah. Because you can have 1 mana into easy +2 mana to get the 3 mana spell as well, and then
Yeah.
if you have 2 mana, you can always burst. So having
Yeah.
1 mana left over is annoying.
I also just really value max mana in general. Like, we haven't talked about like
Oh,
gold
yeah.
and things like that, but
Yeah, there are some mitigations which definitely help.
yeah.
Like cup.
The golden cup.
Man, that's unpickable garbage. Utter trash of a curse. I hate it. It's terrible.
Yeah, this
Why was it
whole-
changed?
This whole
No, not the whole thing. The second one's
I
fine.
hate this.
The first one's atrocious. The first one's much worse than the second one.
Yeah, true.
True, but I
Like,
hate all of these. I'll just
the-
say that I hate all of them.
The somewhat practical for the first one is like the jump for having to pay 3 more for a spell. Like, it mostly just means you can cast 2 spells per fight. It's so bad. Like, I think it might be the worst tier 1 curse. Like, I just want to rant on this Vanadette one. It's so bad.
Yeah, it might be.
You can bypass it with like Knight, right? Or no?
No.
It doesn't
No.
work like that. I mean, you can tell I don't pick these things because yeah, they're terrible. they're
Twinge, why did you pick that one? I don't understand. I wonder why you picked that one.
That was one of the like get 10 tier 1 curses or something. I think it was 10 tier 1 curses is when I got Vanadette.
Wait,
And
you did the same thing as celerity then.
it was awful.
Okay, well,
I think
I
so.
mean,
Yeah.
I almost want to like emphasize like the first one's so much worse that like I think the 3 and 4. I'm not gonna argue for them heavily. Three's like three's probably like Big Sad at least or something, but it's
Yeah.
like I don't have enough experience with them to really argue for them.
Well, the Monadep 2.1 was in 2.0 as well, but it cost 4, right?
Yep.
And that was already kind of
And
sad.
that's sketchy. Yeah.
But now it's like, oof.
By the time you get to the tier 6 one, it's almost the same as the tier 8 one. So like the 6 and 7 one are probably worse than the 8. It's weird.
Yeah.
Well, good thing they're all impeccable, so you don't have to think about it.
Exactly.
Real.
Yeah, these next ones are also just complete garbage. Yep. And Slow Spells is
These
usually
ones
fine.
are interesting.
Those spells are
yeah.
okay.
I wouldn't say they're
wouldn't say
all
Ooh.
okay, but
That was a quick big happy.
I
I mean,
don't know about
Wait,
big
did someone
happy.
say no? Absolutely not big happy in the first one.
Slightly happy.
Like you only
whatever.
get a tier 1, and it like just nukes your ability to use Herbalist, Witch, Seer. Like it sucks.
Yeah, there's too many knockouts for a big.
I will say
Like,
it does
I'm okay
not
seeing
nuke
it.
your ability to use Seer, Herbalist.
Yeah, you
that's-
still foretell
that's fair.
twice
That's
and then
fair.
like use 2 spells. You know, like
You know,
If I
for
can
tier 1
play,
knocking out that much, that
Yeah,
kind of hurts
yeah.
for just
Like,
a 1 point benefit.
It's to me like slightly sad. I'm not saying it's like it's nothing like the mana debt.
Yeah.
But
Like I'll pick it, but like knocking out a few heroes for 1 point doesn't sound.
We've
like
definitely
a big deal.
picked this a lot with like the first 10.
Yeah, the first one, this for me is definitely one of the better ones. So I would definitely agree with Slightly Happy. But
Slow Spells.
if you feel people feel strongly about
I'm
being
I'm
really
fine
bad.
with slightly happy. I'm just not fine with big happy.
Yeah,
Now it's
Slightly
like a
Happy to
copy
whatever
pasta big
to
happy.
me. And then the rest of these I really don't like. I really
the
really
second
don't
one
like
is generally seemed pretty fair to me. I actually like that more than the first one.
Oh, interesting.
Like because of the like you
Yeah.
get more value for the cost and
yeah.
you like plan around it more, and like it's kind of limiting in about the same way. Like
Yeah, to me, 4 is just never really an issue, and then 3 it can be an issue a little bit, and then 2 it's a big issue.
yeah, 2 and 1 I don't like.
Yeah, tactics
Like,
being counted for this is something to mention as well.
I would go basically Slightly Happy whatever.
Yes, that is actually important. The fact they are it's slow abilities, like they're misnamed at this point. But,
Yeah. So like you parry once and you cast 2 spells, and now Slow Spells 3 is kicking in already. Which like usually that's fine, right? But now suddenly you have some Seer plus. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I have definitely had Slow Spells 4 with Seer a bunch of times.
Yeah,
It's
Slow Spells 4 with Seer is
really
fine. I think Slow Spells 3 with Seer is a lot less
Yeah,
fun.
now you're actually talking about these herbalist things, and I'm like, this is kind of.
I'd probably go whatever to slightly
Well,
sad on Slow Spells
Plus,
3.
Peter, it knocks out Bard. Like we have to think about that.
Oh, wait a minute.
Damn, you're so right.
That's,
Yeah.
true.
I think if people don't feel that strongly about Slow Spells 3 being slightly sad, then I'm not going to push for it. But I definitely am not. Like, I think it plays
Yeah,
a lot more.
I definitely know that you were usually very allergic to these things. I think you grew on it a little bit already, but at the start you were like extremely allergic to this thing. Like, okay, Slow Spells 4 against three pain Pip. Oh, I mean, we cannot take Slow Spells 4, guys. You know, I mean, it's not to that degree, but like
I do not
close
remember
to it.
this. I do not remember this. Peter's selective memory, maybe, or my selective memory. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely. Every time I see Slow Spells, I'm like, okay, here we go again. And, no, it's fine. It's good. Anyway.
Oh God, these are obnoxious.
Yeah, so cooldown spells cost 3 in version 2, and like it was fair-ish at that point and kind of hard, and I don't really know why it's 2 now.
Big sad. It's not
That's slightly
unpickable.
sad, big sad. It's kinda
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind it too much. I usually can play like one blue spell and then one red spells,
Mhm.
some burst. It's quite a bit of like you can play around it, but it's only 2 points. But I don't mind it too much. For me, it's slightly sad.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I think for this is like it hurts your ability to bank mana, and not because you can't actually bank the mana, but because you can't spend it, right? So like you bank 2-3 mana, and now next turn you want to burst twice and you can't.
You just kinda
Yeah,
want to use all your spells
you
every time.
you
Yeah.
can definitely burst prematurely sometimes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Very interesting.
Yeah, the depleted I like a lot less.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's like unpickable kind of.
Okay, sure. I agree.
Yeah, this is garbage.
Yeah, that is also.
Yep. I also this for 1 point is so
Yeah, it's
sad.
also really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Big sad, unpickable.
It's not unpickable.
Unpickable, I don't know. Didn't we I feel like in version 2 people picked like the no burst a decent amount. Like I saw it being played a lot. I don't actually remember who, but I saw it and I just used to think it was awful, but I don't know if things have changed. If it's probably worse than it was in 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if it's to see herbalist and then
Yeah, then you're
Yeah.
fine, but
Just your bonus.
Yeah, I mean, I think burst has cooldown is like actually the worst of these personally,
At 1 point.
because again, it's only 1 point, and like the burst has deplete is only slightly worse than burst has
really, I feel like
cooldown.
burst deplete is a lot worse actually.
Is it that much? Like, I don't know. I don't have like direct experience. I'm just kind of guessing, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's just like early game, mid game, take a few turns, like let's say 3 turns, and usually you
Yeah,
spend one
it's-
burst a turn.
That's fair. I was thinking more like kind of later game, but
But if you-
early game.
Late game,
you usually have some
yeah.
other spell, right?
I mean, you don't really want to spam burst with deplete anyway. So
And if you're saying you don't have
how
much
many more
experience,
bursts are you actually playing?
it sort of says that you're finding other stuff to pick.
Yep, that's fair. Being said for the set seems fine.
Yeah.
Also, none of these curses can show up on like force or whatever. So you don't get them for free.
Yeah.
Do the no spells or single cast curses get better when you compare them with the free curses that make spells more expensive? Not really, because of your other spells still costing more. And if you're having like cooldown or single cast on like your late game spells, you're kind of sad. It turns off a lot of stuff. Unless you're just hitting soothe 1 time a turn, and like then you're fine. But that's about it.
Plus, you're doing that to get like 1 point, 2 points.
Yeah, it's
Well,
just
let's
You're
say-
searching for a
not
big
there.
benefit there. It's not really that measurable.
Let's say no spells is 11 points. Do you pick it?
Yeah, that's a good point. No.
That's like we need to like just actively test to really suss that out, probably, because it seems like spells are so key, but it would be your whole curse allotment. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, you
But-
can play a normal run and just never use spell. and see
Imagine
what
playing
goes on.
early game without burst.
Yeah.
That does not sound fun.
I mean, if you do bottom depth, that's 7 points,
Yeah, it's basically the
and
same.
then 4 more points for not using your red spell, but your red can still heal and stuff. Like you take all the heroes that you normally don't pick because of their bad spells, like I don't know, some
Wraith.
heroes. Yeah.
Better than bottom death, though. Right?
So I think it's probably pickable. Like, yeah, it's like of course it's having a blue is that can't use their spells like a lot better than bottom death.
Mm-hmm.
They're just a statue at that point.
Yeah, you can give
Yeah.
it items. You can still do 1 damage and stuff with Caldera kind of deal.
Charge
He's
keyword.
Beat it to the spider.
It's just got a weak side still.
Oh, wait, Gas of the Gods.
There you
Wow.
go.
Real guess.
Okay. I don't even know if we should do the tweaks. I guess there's not
I don't want to do the
that
tweaks.
much, but I have not.
I mean, just don't pick the tweaks
Played
except
these.
for what? Choosy is fine. Keep rolling is pretty funny, but
Yeah.
it's like one of the more funny fair ones. But
Yeah, I mean, this is just like terrible, terrible.
Wait, isn't keep rolling just slippery, but like
But,
you
yeah,
get 2 rerolls for free?
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's completely free.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should just put like a thing in here, or just delete this tab. Like, I don't even.
Just
know.
delete the tab.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
will
just
delete
delete
the
it.
tab.
Do not
Yeah.
take huge plague.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, are we doing anything with this?
No. Delete the tab.
Goodbye.
And delete the blessing tab.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, we're
it's
we're moving
hard.
fast.
It's so hard to rank these, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's completely dependent on what else you have.
Like, add 2-tier heroes are good blessings, and
Yeah.
survive are good blessings, and otherwise we don't have opinions. Is that?
Well, I don't know.
Defensive blessings and add heroes blessings usually.
I think
yeah.
we should say something. I mean, what is your blessing rate turned into over time? Mine went down considerably. It's like, oh, I need to fit this in somehow. It's so good, I can do this thing with it. But now it's like, no, just get the thing that wins.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, we can definitely say like
Whistle.
pretty obvious, but you have to realize that of course your first 11 points are the easiest ones, and then if you add another 5 points because of a blessing, then your 5 first points that you're gonna add is usually not the nicest one. So even if blessings are worth it, it's usually not worth it because you have to add like the bad stuff. Now sometimes you have some nice combos that your blessings kind of counteract. Like you have, let's say, slime that's like 10 slimelets, and then you have like bone spirit thing. I don't know what's it called.
Yeah.
Bone
Yeah.
math.
Bone spirit.
Yeah.
There's 2
Yeah.
of them.
I just
Either
was
way.
just-
Either
yeah.
way. It's about
yeah, I just want
And
to.
then you basically have
like a lot of these are
free points.
like
My
don't
favorite
be
blessing
attentive
is
about
like
blessings.
the one you look at like freaking like 11 items or something. When you get an item pick, that just force basilisk skill, pole arm every round.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So delete the tab.
Yeah,
And we go to the fun thing that none of us wanted to do.
I don't want to
no.
do this.
Okay.
Christ. There.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
I have to go, guys.
I have to go, guys.
Look, it's Father's Day.
Oh look, I'm a father. Someone called.
I found out today, actually.
Damn.
Damn.
I guess we can just
Yeah,
rapid
I
fire
mean-
this though. Like, Archer is annoying. One of the more annoying.
Generally, how do you think about 11 to 20
ones.
compared to normal? Let's say add imp normal and add imp 11 to 20
Usually
in general.
free, right? Especially the smaller stuff.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like Caw
I think
Egg is
it's-
a lot less annoying later on. You just have way more output to do
Yeah.
with it.
A lot of them seem pretty fair. I guess like they're like
Pretty fair, right?
yeah.
Such a hard time with one tier worth.
Yeah, they are like
Like a top off.
they're reduced by tier a lot, but at the same time, they're of course a lot easier. So all the big ones are a lot less carry, so they're more fair, and all the small ones you don't really care about anyway, so they you don't even care about less. So it seems like
Mhm.
everything just turns more fair because you can even pick the bigger ones a little bit more. Maybe.
Yeah.
I will say
Yeah,
one
like-
thing. Generally, curses are front loaded in this game, except for these.
Also
So it's something that you should look at, right?
true.
Like,
And worse items.
yeah.
No, it's true. Yeah, I mean, worse items. Yeah, that was another thing I was supposed to mention. But if you take worse items, suddenly you can take some ads, and suddenly because normally you don't want to take ads because you have another 7 points that are also front load usually because everything is front load. But now this ad's completely free, and then late game with the worst items, you have another free 4 points. So that's another reason why worst items is pretty chill.
So, Archer, like whatever, slightly sad.
I mean, maybe 11 and
B,
20 you don't care
happy,
as much.
illusion, happy, seed, happy, rat, whatever to happy, slablet, happy.
Yeah. All the cheap stuff. Archer's the most annoying out of this group for sure.
Yeah, I don't like Archer, but
And it's still like fine. It's not doing that much damage, but
Sometimes it just sits there for a while, and you don't have reach, you know. But
yeah, yep.
I mean, a rat is still annoying. I'm not gonna lie. I've had like some rats for 3 or for 2 points, or how much is it?
just one.
Yeah, no, but like if you get them from the start, and then
I think
in late game they still annoy me.
Yeah, so like B and Seed are the most free. Like regular ad B for the whole game is only a tier 1.
yeah, it's just completely
Yeah.
free.
Yeah, there's some nice cutoffs, right? Like the bones is normally 3, but now it's still 2. With the 2 turn into 1, but some 1s are still 1, so that definitely helps.
Where's Zach? Probably sleeping. When we asked about scheduling for this, he was like, "If I'm awake," so I'm assuming he's not because I added him.
Kuro
He's
didn't
not.
say anything, which is unlike him.
Kuro also probably sleeping. Isn't it like 5 a.m. over there or something? 3 a.m., 4 a.m., something like that for them.
So
I mean, I guess.
I would probably go.
Kuro does
What-
not have a sleep schedule.
I drop the ad goblin, right? Like because you're not scaring it away any faster late game, and its damage output is still like kind of relevant for only 2 points.
That's true.
It does execute, I guess. Otherwise, it doesn't do that much damage. But it's
Kind
still
of
on the top,
execute.
right? So we talked about it already. Actually, it only does like 3 damage or 4. It's not a lot.
Add Dragon Egg.
I've
Thoughts?
never seen this, but
Add
it's
Dragon Egg,
probably more okay.
Top tier.
Or we're what? Tier 5? I'll take that.
And then carriers bad. Yeah, you got big set. Okay, good.
Where Rush second? Also don't know. He said he just couldn't make it today. But we can, I mean, probably what we'll do is we'll just post this in the Discord and then ask them if they want to change anything. And if they have
Sure.
strong opinions, and then we can revisit.
I mean, I think it's very funny because basically, I mean, the book club is usually well. I mean, it's after playing 50 games together. Of course, you create a little bit of the same ideas, but I think if Twins disagrees, often Rush also disagrees. I feel like Rush and Twins have more of the same ideas than us.
The descent.
We're getting out
That
of our
might be.
echo chamber, guys. We're trying.
Yeah.
Saver is, yeah, scary.
Yeah,
Add
make
the-
a, like-
Can add the usual voiceover. This is really contingent on what else you take for these right here. Like, it's usually a death sentence if you take some ads, and then on top you take like, not that any of us do, but monster pips up, or something like that. You've got to be careful.
This is big sad, yeah.
Add a Bramble.
Bramble.
Oh, God.
Oh.
I'd probably even go unpickable. On
Yeah, that's
Bramble.
really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, I mean, Ad Slate is also really, really bad. To be fair.
There's Add Slate. I missed it.
Add Cyclops
96.
can sometimes work.
It's a 7, and you know it's coming at least.
It's around
but-
96.
Like, at least with Add Cyclops, you're at like 9 points.
Cyclops, 9
I
points.
mean, would you like to fight the floor 12 boss?
But it's-
with Cyclops running around?
Not
don't- I
floor
don't think it's
12.
like-
I think that's the most dangerous. Is right around that.
Like the higher they get, the worse they kind of get because your early game is too free, so you're doing something wrong. basically how it boils down to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I had to do the ad sarcophagus. I've been wanting to talk about that for a while. This thing is so hilarious. Like, it's it's a combo with some other ads as well, because normally it just pops up on your screen, but we had like the ad slimelet ad sarcophagus run, which was hilarious.
Yeah,
And you
that
add the
was funny.
slimelet first, and then the sarcophagus is off the screen, so like you can plan for when the sarcophagus comes in.
That's a good thing to note too. Yeah, the order matters here.
Yeah,
It really,
it
really
matters.
matters because the order that you click your curses is the order that they'll be added, and you can have off screens because of it.
So especially if you have something like add bones, add something else, then you want to put the bones in the middle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess I'll make one side comment about at zombie 11 to 20 is just that like don't underestimate how important it is to keep like a 4 damage source around.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I almost lost a run with add zombie in a lich fight, which normally I don't care that much about the lich fight, but the zombie just added so much more pressure to that fight. I assumed I'm like, oh, I'm safe. It's just lich, whatever. I'll plan for the late game. So I took like venom, but I almost lost. I should have actually taken a centric just to guarantee the 4 damage against the zombie.
Yeah.
And it was like a
Yeah, I
weird
saw that
situation.
moment.
Guarantee.
Yeah,
But just make
and
sure
then
you go ahead.
then you also get weakened, so you
Mhm.
cannot do 4.
Yep. Yep.
Add Spiker 11 to 20 is pretty chill.
What?
I am
Oh,
unsure about that.
Someone said in chat. I was
Someone
like,
said,
are you really saying that?
I don't know.
I mean, unpickable sounds
I-
strong, but like I don't know.
I think Peter said it well. Like, what do you do on floor 12? I think that was you, Peter.
Oh. Yeah,
Like,
I'll
who
be
cares
there
about
for
floor
it all.
17, 18? Then you're
No.
chilling. It's like
Yeah.
floor 11, 12, 13.
I mean, I think it's
I'm dead.
unpickable. Spiker is like so freaking bad.
What floor do you get your first tier 3 again? I think it's 11, right?
Yeah, something like that.
It's uneven. So
11 or 12. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry, 12, I mean. Yeah.
12.
What are the floor 12 bosses? It's like the Baron and what
Yeah.
else?
Lich and Rotten.
Lich
Yeah.
Baron and who?
It's the
Rotten.
3 easiest bosses in the game. Like that's all you gotta remember.
Well, lich is sometimes very
Yeah,
annoying.
I mean, I just talked about how Lich is. I still like,
Ugh.
even when Lich gives me a reason to respect it, I still like kind of don't. But
But we
Okay,
respect
you've
dragon.
actually-
Come
And you've
on.
added a really dangerous thing like Cyclops or
Yeah.
Spiker.
yep.
You're just asking to lose on that floor.
Mm-hmm.
Byron and Wendigo is kind of like you stabilize the fight and you're chilling. And then with add Spiker, you're just freaking dead before you can stabilize. Like, you have
Oh,
two
Wendigo,
ghosts, then
yeah.
have a Spiker.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell's going on?
Wendigo
You
is
still
sometimes
win against
annoying.
Wendigo because I
Usually it's free.
don't respect Wendigo.
Yeah, usually it's free.
No, like your top hero can't even like attack the Spiker, and usually they can't have some like range and stuff.
Mhm.
What is their plan, right?
Just don't see Wendigo.
Okay.
I mean, if your win
Real.
rate's less than 75% and that's the lose condition, then
If you
maybe.
difference between
No.
chasing wins and chasing losses.
I mean, Rush is not here to defend himself, but the what is it called? All enemies have like some spell. Like you have to get rid of the thing with the spell.
yeah. The,
Sparkle or
sparkly,
something?
sparkly,
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Reliable.
sparkly or something. Yeah, it's completely free. Just see Caldera Weaver, and if you don't,
What do you even do against thorns? With that.
I mean, they
Sorry,
have
what?
2 HP.
Crying.
Sparkly's
Oh,
it's the
that's
third pip. It's the third
Okay,
pip,
okay.
yeah. So just don't take
Don't
monster
take
hit
add
plus
HP,
1.
Do
yeah.
not take add HP.
The third turn stuff is like most of the time free if it's small, but like some of them are annoying.
It's good to compare this to 2.0. Like the game is slower now. Like you see turn 3 here a lot more frequent than tier 2 than 2.0.
Like a lot of this stuff is fine. It's really just
I mean,
turn 6 that you're thinking.
My average turns per fight is still about 3.3 in version 3, so like it's still like usually I get like, you know, average one of these is summoned only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say 3.3, that means you've calculated it.
Yes.
Okay, these pawns are tilting me. Okay.
I will fix for them.
13 seeds existing and being tier 2 for some reason is very silly.
Is there anything here that is a standout that we
Big
should
happy.
talk about? Because I think we're kind of just letting VM do it, and then if anything pops up, we're just like, yeah, whatever. But
Well, no, slow down on the goblins, right? By the time it's third turn, you don't care about the goblins because you can scare them away.
I
Real,
don't
real.
disagree
Super
or don't dare
combo.
disagree so far.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
like
care too
the
much.
third turns, there's certain things. So what? Like, I mean, this is stuff you would expect: goblins, caw eggs, graves, like those sort of things. War chiefs that
War
are
chief,
going to
maybe-
be
Maybe bandits.
potentially bandits. Yeah, that are just going to be less threatening.
Are you guys going to actually play Slice and Dice again? Well, everyone individually, I think, is... Well, not everyone, but there's still a lot of people individually playing it. I don't know if we're all going to play it together. Maybe you do Brutal. I think we talked about that.
I
after
play
Tuesday.
on mobile still.
Yeah. I know Peter's
little
still
bit.
streaming, Twinge is still streaming it, right? So...
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out to
I
everybody
did.
on here.
I did a blindfold run yesterday.
Don't
So
worry.
I died on 420 because I took toxic fog tweak
Holy.
Unlucky.
and I didn't realize.
Third turn blind is probably not big sad because they only have 5 health.
That's true. That is true. Where's blind?
I don't really see anything on here that I'm like, oh god. Maybe a third turn sniper.
Oh yeah.
That can be kind of.
I
annoying.
mean, you could say it's like in the background, and then now it's not anymore. But I know it's annoying.
I've had it and thought it would be free, and it was annoying.
Yeah, no, it comes
wasn't
in.
terrible, but
You will have something at like 1 HP, and then it's just gonna target it and cannot kill it. It's super annoying.
And bandit can be
Third
pretty
turn
good.
dragon egg free.
It's fourth turn dragon. What do you mean? Every time, 100% of the time.
Third turn dragon, I can actually just freaking die on 4-4.
Big Happy is still. Yeah, I was gonna say I would. Yeah, like
I don't know. It's not unpickable, must be.
At least you can build up your mana for it. You know what's coming, so you know
Yeah,
you
that's
save
true.
some mana on
No,
turn
I think
2.
it's chill. I think it's chill.
Okay, okay.
It's not like it's turn 1 where you don't prepare.
Third turn fanatic. That's
That thing has a lot of HP
That's-
though, but yeah.
but they remove it themselves. So like if the fight goes long, it's
Yeah.
They do
it's-
remove
it's
themselves.
fine-ish.
Yeah, it's not like they come in and then
They sit around.
it stretches the fight that long that another one summons. So it doesn't really happen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We lost. Yeah, we lost at 50.
What was interesting is I don't remember exactly what you had that game, but you had a lot of back-ended stuff, from what I remember.
No, it was just I wanted to take blessings because I thought it was fun.
Oh, same thing.
I wanted my lazy to pop off, and then it did not. Oh, the lazy
It only
popped off. The lazy,
The lazy popped off. Don't
but-
blame lazy.
Yeah.
But later on, it was not so banger, honestly. I think if we took HP instead of like right caltrop or whatever, then
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
probably
well,
fine.
right, it like that run really emphasized how like some of the flaws right caltrop can have, right, or any of the caltrop
yeah,
replacers.
how bad caltrops
They just
are.
don't cost that much more than blanking it, and then they can proc exert when you've been inflicted exert by Baron or inevitable, and it's a really big problem.
War Chief's interesting.
Well, no, War Chief's like
I
that's an
think it's
easier one.
whatever for War Chief.
Like even slightly happy on third War Chiefs probably.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but
It
it's
is
definitely
6
I think whatever.
points for 6 health.
It just kind of sucks in the early game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like really.
but I
really
mean
sucks.
that's the whole thing, right? Is like if it sucks in the early game, like don't take it.
Yeah, these are so front-ended, all of them.
Because a lot of these you just say floor 4, or you can't see it, or you just die. Like, I don't know, you see Saber and in Alpha if it summons like 2 times, you know, and like, what are you doing? Someone's dying.
Cyclopses sounds odd.
Cyclopses?
I mean, it's a Greek word. Wouldn't it be like cyclop?
Third
pod?
turn dragon.
Yeah, so
That's just
like-
Doom 3. Like,
yeah,
Oh,
No,
guess what? You
it's-
have to
it's
take
actually-
more curse points on top.
that's the problem. So like my theory is with these is that I think their prices were based on Doom 3, but in practice they're actually like Doom 2, like because Doom 3 happens at the end of turn 3. Third turn summon
Oh,
happens
yeah.
at the beginning of turn 3.
Yeah.
So I think there's just a like straight up flaw with the algorithm for the higher tier third picks. Like these are just priced wrong. Like it is
Big
broken.
happiness sarcophagus.
Third turn
Wait,
sarcophagus.
can you
is
actually
so
get
funny.
sarcophagus turned? I did not know that even existed.
didn't think it
Can you just
existed
keep
either.
popping them? Like on
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just get infinite items.
Does that actually
Yeah.
work?
That's so funny.
Yeah, it worked great.
You do need to leave another like small minion.
Yeah, but I mean, just leave a rat alive or whatever. Like,
yeah.
who cares?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think.
No, it even summons for you. You can just get a spider.
Oh, it summons the
and-
bolt for you. Or whatever.
Or spiders,
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's actually clickable, but it's
That's so degen.
It's pretty
it's
funny.
very funny.
It's unpickable must pick again.
Must pick, but it's like
Oh,
Or
every
one.
turn. But every,
Yeah,
every
I mean,
turn is
you
fun.
still see it floor 4, and then they're sad, right?
This is a great one.
Every turn slimeless, how is it for 6?
It's good. It's great. It's awesome.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, it sounds awesome.
It's
Yeah.
Big happy.
I am
strong
unsure about
for-
Archers.
Archers is definitely not.
That
happy.
sounds
No,
really,
Archers
really
is
sus to
definitely
me.
bad. I'm not unsure. I'm pretty sure.
wait, what the fuck is going on?
VM is just doing things. Whoa! Archers is not happy. No.
No,
I
I
am big
I think
sad, very
Slimeless is
unpickable.
good. Like, slightly happy is okay.
Like,
Bees is. I mean, it's
Bees
still
and
good. I mean, that's
Seeds is the
serious.
easiest of these.
Where-
Yeah, that's gonna be big
Seed
happy.
is big happy, definitely.
Okay, I will say, you know,
Illusions
Late
also
game.
only have 1 HP.
But just don't take it
Yeah,
with
but-
a monster HP.
yeah, but then you have like eccentric and stuff, and you have to like hit for 4 into it.
And it's
How do you
it's also
actually,
7 points. That feels so
yeah,
good.
yeah,
to
yeah,
me.
yeah. No, it's true, but I'm just saying,
Where's the
it's
thorns?
amazing.
Summon thorns every turn. We need that.
And you also just get brawler nunchucks or something, so that it's actually beneficial to have some small ad.
The Archers is big sad. There's no way that's slightly sad.
Yeah, Archer.
They're so hard to remove. I think these start to have very big diminishing returns because when you start adding HP that you just have to deal with every turn, you're just
Well,
removing damage that you can do to other things.
I'm just
It's
thinking the first
essentially
few
just like
floors, like they start building
shield
up. Like
response, kind of.
you encounter the first boss, right? Even if that was at 11 points for the archers, would you be happy
Yeah.
taking it, facing like Bramble or whoever, Alpha?
No way.
Alpha.
Like,
yeah.
how do you even get around that?
I mean, you have to go face, yeah.
Yeah, you have to go fast. Just kill the boss.
But then you run out of sides, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
I mean,
very
that's
sad.
I think
how-
some of these are like actually not pickable.
That's how rushsecond died. The Slimelets died. He killed him in Bramble.
Yeah,
See that?
unlucky.
So maybe
You've got to burst.
we
Yeah,
should make a
like
note.
Make a note. Rip rush second. It's like the Caltrops lesson.
See, the Spire iceberg, people will understand some of the references. The slice and dice
Right.
iceberg, I don't think anyone understands these. Like, there's so many deep cut references. There's no way anyone is deep enough in the slice and dice viewership to know everything.
What is a very deep one?
I don't know, just like some niche run in the 50 streak or some random run that like Twinge died to that was like just a year ago, you know? Like it's like, oh, this is our opinion on this thing because of this one run. Like no one's gonna know what we're referencing at all.
Yeah, like line items shit.
Yeah.
Absolute
Ignore
garbo.
Bones is probably not big sad because of their spikes, they effectively only have like 3 health. Like, so if they build up, they actually still just collapse.
Just pretend you have Meddler.
Just pretend you have Meddler.
And you have Meddler. Meddler always rolls
Yeah,
bad.
Meddler always breaks, and you don't get the mana. It's perfect.
I mean,
I
it
don't
is
really-
all
even-
your points.
But you're playing a normal run at that point. Like, so
But I mean, like when you've got the 11 points there, you've got to judge, right? Like that's your entire run. There's
Yeah.
nothing else to synergize or do. Like, can you
I
win
mean,
that?
you can think about Rise, right? I mean, you definitely summon Bones turn 2 with Rise.
Mhm.
So it's just like turn 1 Bones. So it's like Rise with add Bones.
No, without the summon, my concern is just Bramble.
Oh yeah, we don't
Yeah,
actually
the-
have comments for Rise.
Wait, where's
I don't
Rise?
think so.
Rise is pretty common to see
Is
from
that
what
an
I.
ad
Yeah,
mobs?
I've got it on the
Oh, it's not here. Wait, are we done?
get
Holy
there.
shit! Wait, we're done.
We need
That-
Rise
that's-
and the other.
yeah the if you go to the top of my
Oh, yeah.
sheet, those
The boss
6 at the
Bones
top,
things,
or I guess
like,
5 at the top. Add those
Yeah,
in
let's
real
add.
quick.
I did not realize that was gonna be all of it, but I guess yeah, most of these just aren't even in unfair.
Yeep.
Oh, there's a few more.
I added.
Oh, yeah.
First
yeah.
save,
Yes.
first save.
Pandemic is fine.
Whatever.
I don't know, I haven't really picked it that often. That seems fine.
Grave spam sounds terrible. I don't think I've ever seen that, but that does not sound fun.
That
It
is
a
the worst
very
of the
rare
That is
one.
so bad.
Wait, does Grave? Do Graves spawn Graves?
All
No.
non-graves.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did
Just
get
like
soft
Rise is
locked
all-
one time with I think it was Slimedemic Rise. I had Rise plus like random or tier 3 curses like 1 through 4, and I hit random on one of them. Just soft locked myself.
Yeah, I think I like Rice a lot. I think it's
Yeah,
like
Rise is pretty.
little
Big
happy at
happy on
least.
brutal. I'm unsure
Yeah.
about that anymore.
Grave spam takeable with unsummon. True.
Whoa. Holy. Wait, that's like
Holy.
completely free.
Yeah.
yeah.
Free with unsummon.
Oh, summon is like 3 points, right?
As a blessing.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, it's 5 points for free.
Good first message. We had a couple of those actually. I think the last year we
Yeah,
had a
yeah,
good
yeah.
first message too.
Yeah.
First time chatter.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of this community. Yeah, I never really seen the Slimer spirit, but
No,
seems
I've never
whatever.
seen it.
Yeah. I've taken it, so whatever.
Yeah, no, but the slime heart on Brutal is, I mean, it's good with blessings. If you don't have a combo, it's bad, but there's a lot of good combos.
I always pause on
Slimer
reanimated
Sparrow has,
bosses and
like, a
then shake
funny
my head
thing.
afterwards.
Like you like warlock spell like the hand and like frequently 5 slimers appear. Oh, it's like 2 or 3, but yeah.
Is that
Pretty
everything?
funny.
Oh, other than the item curses, right?
Yeah. I don't think we're doing that. Maybe we should.
Would be here.
Reanimated
items.
bosses.
Uh,
Yeah, reanimated bosses pretty bad.
Yeah. You think it's pickable until you think about it.
Yeah, I think it's pickable. I think it's maybe a little sad, but I mean,
Little sad.
Fair enough.
It's not good.
4 bones and like some of the later hallways is so brutal.
Yeah,
It
it
is
adds
a
up.
lot of damage. Like it's like 16
Just-
damage.
Well,
No,
they,
the problem is like 2 or 3 bones in the mid game is actually like kind of.
Yeah.
I
it's
mean,
not
we already-
fun.
at least some relevant amount of those late game fights, like 2 of those bones are reinforcements, so at least they won't all be attacked.
yeah,
right away,
yeah,
but-
reinforcements. Like 2 bones is fine. 3 bones is where it gets sometimes tricky, but it's like a majority of your points, so you usually try to play around it. And if you can play around it, then it's completely free. If you sometimes I took it, I didn't play around it, and it was still fine. Like just do like 4 damage. Because I mean, it is true that if you have them all next to each other, they only have like 2 HP. If you can actually have if you actually have enough damage. So it's like a little snowballing. It's like if you have enough damage, then you kill all of them right away, and then it's like super chill.
You
If you don't
also
have enough damage, then yeah.
You also know you have the curse, so you can kind of work towards getting like someone with rampage, getting items that work with that sort of stuff.
Opens up Artificer.
Opens up Caldera and
Oh,
opens up
man.
Brawler.
Oh man,
Okay,
Caldera.
Caldera's open? Whoa.
Finally.
Could never pick that guy before.
Feed gets a little better.
Captain gets a lot better.
Captain's pretty cool, yeah.
Captain is pretty cool.
I feel like we missed a lot of I thought there were like a lot more curses we need to go to, but
We didn't
I guess
do all the
there's-
generator stuff, you know?
yeah, there's all this generated.
We'll be here for 12 years if we do that.
Yeah.
What are interesting generate? I mean, there's all these blanks, but we did blanks as well, right?
Yeah.
Yep, that was
A lot of those are generated too.
sides.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
last time
so-
was what? How many hours? Like 4 hours doing this. So like,
And all these ads are also generated, so I think we did like pretty much all the generated.
This should be basically everything, unless there's something else that didn't get copied over.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
this includes
mundane
generated.
didn't get copied over.
Unless you
Metasides
mean
are damage.
oh yeah, unless you mean wild, because wild of course is infinite.
Oh my god,
we
wow.
didn't do the item curses, so maybe we should do like the tier 1 items, like the curse items.
Yeah, tier 1 and 2. Actually, yeah, you can see the items also on the curse screen, right? It's not only
sure,
yeah.
with worse item.
Yeah.
So we should do them actually.
I don't have the list anymore.
Yeah.
They're kind of interesting. They're
We can add a spreadsheet called the item.
Yeah.
curses.
Yeah. Looking through to make sure we're not we didn't miss anything that's on here. I don't think we did though. Yeah, I think we just got bored of the ads last time. I didn't feel like doing it, but everything else we did.
Yeah. We just don't want to mix it up so like literally the entire series was just the ad monsters.
I mean, even this, it's like, it's not so controversial, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
we just kind of go through it real quick anyways.
Yeah, and this is unpickable.
I mean, this is tier
That's
7.
proud.
Does this even show up?
That pro.
Yeah.
Wait, why is it unpickable? It's like hero death.
It shows up.
You
yeah.
don't get a tier 4, but tier 4s are bad anyways.
You still don't.
Well,
get
you
the
also
festival
don't get a
leveling
tier
up.
2.
Yeah, you delay
No,
your
when you-
tier 2s, you delay your tier
Okay,
3s.
sure.
It's worse than remove.
So we should also add the context that this is on floor 0, right? That you're
Yeah,
picking
yeah.
these?
Yeah, but
Like,
you can
there
also
are
move the
s-
item around.
Yeah, you can move the item around, but then you're getting multiple heroes with like. You're no longer getting the same hero with half health, so that's kind of awkward. Determination makes it completely broken and free, so like there are ways to make it better.
Yeah, but
No.
it's not like you've got determination and then you're looking to see to take this. This is
Yes.
you see it on floor 0.
Yeah.
So that context changes a lot.
The spade. You gotta have the greens.
They for
And-
other. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say other clarification on this is that they die at the beginning of the turn, so they don't soak enemy attacks for the most part, but they do partially soak cleave still.
Mhm.
Right.
It also makes a candle a lot stronger in addition to determination.
Yeah, and like just like the skull, like sapphire skull or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think it's unpickable. I think
Like
it's.
I don't want it. I think it's bad,
Yeah.
but like
I think it's
Big
bad.
Sad seems fine.
Okay, I'm scrolling out so stream can view this better as we type notes. Hopefully it's fine.
Amnesia, make your own statue, basically.
Unpickable?
4 points, yeah.
Yeah, for 4 points, it's so bad.
If you have a hat, then it's free.
I mean, yeah, backstab also unpickable. Most of these are just unpickable.
Oh my
is
God.
like the thing.
Backstab is like so freaking bad.
I
like, what the
saw
hell?
who had empathy the other day. I don't remember who it was that had this that I was watching. I think it was a hard mode player that said this was like okay. I just like completely.
Oh man, you
disagreed.
pick empathy and nothing else, maybe you're fine.
Yeah, but it's just
Oh, I think empathy is not the worst. Probably.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's not the
four.
worst.
Like you just get to choose when your person dies, but still.
yeah, but it's still
Right,
one
because
hit
the
die
enemy
every
dies?
fight is just
No, because like you kill something and then you can heal right away.
Mhm.
Turn 1.
And against like troll and stuff, it's like actually free.
Free against the bosses early game, and then late game it's like. I mean, I've played with Life Bolt, which is like tier 1 or something, and that just uses like 3 damage a turn. And that's like a tier 1, and that's unpickable, but this thing is 4 points. It's like. I mean, how much are you expecting for 4 points? Like, if you take
Not-
4 damage a turn, it's like.
not
You know, you
this.
take poison 4, right, for 4 points. I mean, it's also garbage, but
I mean, even like think about floor 20, right? Like inevitable.
also free.
How's it free?
Completely free. 4 points for like
It's for hero.
6 damage in the whole fight, like 5 damage. 4 points for 5, and that's like one turn of sandstorm or something. Or you can even choose.
I don't know.
Like you just kill like 2 wisps, and then you use your heal mana to heal back, and then you take 3 more damage. Like, how is that not free?
Wait, what do you mean heal
Yeah,
back?
wait, there's no healing. It's
What? Wait, what? Am I not?
Death. Empathy,
Oh,
right?
okay, guys. Don't mind anything that I said.
I was like,
I'm
this
like,
is completely
half of what you're
unpickable.
saying. Well, no, I mean, like, yeah, like, it's you can do a direct comparison to Dead Crow. Obviously, Dead Crow's way more tier points. You do get at least 1 action, and you can sometimes get 2 actions, and you soak damage compared
Why
to Dead
did no
Crow.
one stop me earlier when I was just talking
I
about
thought you were
healing?
talking about healing after the fight. Like you die.
Yeah,
and then
me
you heal
too,
back the
me
next
too.
fight.
Oh, yeah, no, I was thinking, and we're talking about conscience actually.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, conscience
is
is
fine.
free. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like
no,
conscience
this
for
is
4
free.
points. It's like completely free. Yeah. Okay, no, the other thing is unpickable.
This is terrible. Broken Spirit is so bad. I mean, it's less bad than it's definitely not unpickable, but it's bad.
That's bad.
Very bad.
Compulsion
Very, very
is
bad.
pretty bad as well.
This is okay. I think it's not so bad actually. Like you just put it on your
Toast.
yeah, something that has pain,
Those Berserker, whatever.
something that has self shield.
This thing has some funny item interactions.
You again, this one you can actually heal turn 1. You know.
Exhaustion is not super good.
It's kind of free sometimes, like on Night, for example. It can be relatively okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you just parry, right? But I mean, it shuts down your steel side a bit. It's
You have this tier 1 that you gives you Eye of Horus and Exert. It's
yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah. If you have
You
items.
can put it on Sinew, I guess. Sinew is
On
okay.
Yep.
floor 0 though, I'm definitely not whatever. Like I'm definitely sad.
Yeah, I mean, free on comms, you know.
It's free on the other thing, right?
Like
The
Brigand or
what is
whatever.
it called? Prodigy.
Yeah, Prodigy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I just say hero synergy.
Yeah, Brigand a little bit. Party HP to 1. Yes, it's okay.
Happy seems a little strong.
Whatever,
for
probably, yeah.
Parasite.
Yeah.
It was pretty fine, I think.
I mean, 2 points for like your hero dies and then loses some more HP, like every fight. I don't know if that's happy. A lot of these are just
Well,
not
I mean,
that great. But
so
they're
first
okay.
of all, they need to be targeted. Second of all, you can just heal.
Yeah.
It does mean healing can save that hero sometimes, where normally that doesn't happen turn 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, the nice thing about
Sure, you
targeting
can
is
just move it around. You put it like on the side.
yeah, you always play it on the side.
I mean, I think most of our experience with these comes from worse items, right? I don't know how much we've clicked this like floor 0.
I clicked
Yeah, I
floor
don't-
0 like a couple times.
But maybe we should just say with worse items, a lot of this doesn't really apply because it kind of depends on what characters you have. You have more information at that point.
Well, about the worst items is yeah, you don't really care about Parasite with worst items for the most part. At the start,
Yeah.
let's say, when you pick it up, you look more towards the late game with worse items. So
I don't like Pharaohs that much, but it's okay.
Well,
I
it's like
hate it.
completely terrible.
it's like terrible. Yeah, it's like
Don't
one of
like
the,
it at
like the
all.
worst one.
You think it's the worst?
Yeah,
one?
it's yeah.
I don't know
I
if it's
mean,
like
The
the
worst
worst.
tier.
I feel like it should be tier 3 or -3.
Yeah.
It's just like quotas you can pick. And it's not even
Yeah.
free late game, just like bad the entire run.
Yeah, no, it's bad the entire run for sure. But you can compare it to, I don't know, like the immune to things, like immune to healing shields, whatever. It's like, is that really?
Yeah, I mean, my hero is doing something for like 3 turns before he dies, compared to my hero is doing nothing.
I just put my immune to healing shields on my frequently 10 HP warden. Who cares?
Who cares, really?
Okay. Slime is fine sometimes.
It's still annoying, but it's yeah.
If you have
Slime is
resistance-
Slime is
Really
great.
bad.
I think your time is great. I mean, it's not great, but it's like
also is.
There's a lot
Yeah,
of heroes
sticky.
that's fine on. I mean, I get my Spellblade or whatever, and like.
yeah. I mean,
Who
I
cares?
free will. Remember, sticky. If you, I mean, first of all, you can override it with items. Second of all, if it's a blank after you have single use, then you can keep rolling it. So basically, you put it on something that has either like 4 sides plus 2 items. Yeah, I think it's actually quite chill.
Yeah, the single use turning into blank synergy is worth noting.
Yeah.
Soul Link is like free.
And there's also like the wheel and stuff, right? Which you always want to pick up anyway. Or the nut boots.
Soul Link is definitely like the easiest out of all of these. This is like big happy, right?
Happy, yeah.
Wretched Crown is also probably a little happy, right?
It's a little less happy than Soul.
Less happy,
probably.
yeah, definitely. But you just put
There's
on your
synergies
gray
here,
with like a
too.
bunch of
Fate synergy.
barrel
There's
hoops.
funny synergies.
Interesting. I think I kind of like Wretched Crown quite a bit actually.
No.
I think I like it more than Soul Link maybe, but
Just because of fate, or
One of the reasons, but I think it's very easy to have one hero that just never really dies. But it's harder to have
yeah,
Everyone
none of
be
your heroes
unkillable.
die, and then have your second. Because if you have like two heroes dead, it can be very, very awkward.
They're both pretty chill though. I mean, those are the ones that you're wanting to see.
Yeah, I mean, especially with worse items, your early game you can't really die, so they're just free, and then late game, well, you have the means that you should be able to.
It's interesting. I try to avoid worse items, and my general feeling is like the tier 2s are so much worse than the tier 1s.
They are.
Oh, they are.
They
Yeah.
are.
So much
But
worse.
if you think what worse items is really, and you just say like, okay, this is my entire curse for 7 or whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
Like if your -2 item is your entire curse, like that's probably worth 7 points, right? Easily. Especially if some of them are just Soul Link, like or Retro Crown, like.
I mean, someone was saying that 2 points for not having a tier 9 and not having a upgrade that hero is like pretty chill.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's chill, but I'm not like depressed. It doesn't lose me the run. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, look at the tier 2s. They're mostly happy or slightly happy. They're only like 2 like super bad ones.
Yeah, you can choose from 2. But I will say another thing about the tier -2 when playing worse items. There's a lot of things that like do 2 times tracked, for example.
Oh yeah, for the generator
And
stuff.
and
It's
those
like
are
completely free.
like very free. For some reason, like yeah, you get like barrel hoops plus. Like these things are somehow combined as well. When we hate it on the tier 3s, but on the tier 2s, the combined ones are usually pretty chill.
Yeah.
This is ultra happy for barrel hoops for Peter.
Oh yeah, blessing.
Blessing.
Yeah, affliction is completely fine. Barrel hoops is big happy.
I just say like rescue. Yeah.
Yeah, rescue.
I'll write that. You'd say yeah.
Rescue, Death Wish,
I
Defy.
mean, this all applies to Wretched Crown too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Not Defy, but yeah.
Not the Defy, but
Yeah.
the other things, yes.
Riddle is kind of annoying, but probably also just fine.
Riddle is just a Wretched Crown,
Yeah.
kind of.
Just a crown,
little.
Yeah, but like one less point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So slightly happy.
Yeah, it's like whatever as for me.
I mean, for only 1 point, it's yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
It's
it's
really
just so
close to
easy
being the same
not.
thing, right?
I feel like most of the time you're just like, yeah, this hero's not gonna die, you know. I have my 10 HP gray or whatever, and it's just
Though you have to stack that with the fact they don't have 2 item slots, which can make it like less good. But yeah,
most of the time this
Yeah.
is in the context of picking worse items though, and then you don't really care
Fair.
that much.
Not really. Most of the time, see, there's a lot of things that give tier 1s, like 1 to 10 and all this stuff.
Okay, that's true.
You get them a lot there.
I don't hate Broken Heart.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it's whatever. It's not
I
great.
think it's slightly sad, honestly.
We've played with it a lot, and it doesn't.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying.
It's annoying,
Yeah, it's
but
kinda
it's
annoying.
not like game losing most of the time. This is
Yeah.
like fine.
You
quest
take it
management.
over skip, but it's pretty close. Like Brittle, I just like whatever, take it.
Yeah, cool.
Cold Snake also just like
Yeah.
whatever, you just take it.
yeah, Coiled Snake's fine, and also sets up for some synergies like Tankard.
Curse Bolt sucks.
YouTube. Oh yeah, Curse Bolt is like the worst one probably.
Well, Snake, it's not pretty fine.
Yeah, slightly happy, whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't do much. Curse boss is really bad.
Yeah, fuck this thing.
Yeah, I run them over this for sure.
D4. I mean, you can. I think when it's not everyone in your hero, you can overwrite.
It's
So it's
It's
not
free.
as bad, but
I think it's
I'm
free.
just triggered.
I think it's whatever.
I think it's.
I
slightly
think it's
free.
whatever.
Yeah, handcuffs free.
Alright. It's not free, but it depends.
It's not free. It's
I'm not
kinda
happy,
free.
but
This thing is so annoying when you have like 1 to 10, and then you pick this thing, and then you cannot take any of the
yeah,
other.
yeah. If you have 1 to 10, yeah, don't.
That's
But yeah,
definitely something to emphasize with handcuffs. Like if you have other negative curses, it gets a lot worse. If it's just by itself and that's all it's happening, it's pretty free.
Yeah.
I hate this thing. This is
Lightweight,
gross.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying.
pretty bad.
Top
Gives
bottom
you
like
one
the
free
best
points for your
That's
ink
big
bottle.
sad.
Yeah, sure.
All
Alright, Martyr is an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
Not the biggest fan. Don't like my heroes dying.
We certainly hate heroes dying, but +2 to those sides is a lot. It's interesting.
Ghast of the gods.
Makes roulette better.
There are like some tier 5 items or whatever that can make you die and get for some extra
Mm.
damage.
Harsh, right? Mana game.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's just free combo at that point.
But I mean, it's only 2 sides as well, right? So you can like maybe replace the middle or replace the left.
Mm-hmm.
Not like it's mandatory.
Also, just compare it to Lightweight. It's like the same curse, but better.
Yeah. Kinda, actually.
It's
I mean, kind of, yeah.
I mean, I think top bot is usually better than.
Yeah,
it depends
exactly.
on the
Oh.
stage of the game. Like
Yeah.
Mm.
left and mid are definitely stronger early game. Top bot are like similar or slightly stronger late game.
Just get full on.
Mm.
Mold is pretty chill. It's probably
Mold
better,
is pretty chill.
but I'm not happy.
Yeah,
but I
Mold
think
is
it's more
chill.
me
I'm not
just
happy.
not liking it than it being
Yeah.
bad. This is
And
completely.
there was definitely one game where we could pick mold or we could pick something else, and you said like we have the option to play slow, and I was like we don't have to play slow, but you were like we have the option to play slow, and I was like yeah, that's actually kind of nice.
Mm.
And this mold would have like owned us in like lich or
Yeah.
something.
Mm.
So yeah,
Exert to 2 left sides is
yeah, tracked is super nice.
fine. Just better than the other thing, right? Than martyr.
Tracked and brittle is like so funny, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tracked is just unbelievably free. This is...
Yeah.
Just don't die. I mean, I think that is literally the answer for like most things. If you just play the fights well, you probably don't die very often. And then this is like not even really punishing you if you do. It's like so fine. Permadeath is definitely the hardest punish for you dying. I mean, or team wipe, you know. But the fact that you can get away with it most times is pretty telling, I think.
Right.
Okay, so I look at all the curse items. They're like pretty much majority of them are just kind of fine.
Worst
Yeah.
item's free.
Worst item is free.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very hard to get like double big sad.
Yeah.
And still hit random and like
And then you can
then
even
you
the
get
them.
another-
third big
yeah,
sad.
yeah,
It's just
like,
like
it's so
God.
hard.
Yeah.
Even if you
Yeah.
do, it's not game losing. Like
Mhm.
none of the tier 2s are just lose on the spot kind of levels of bad.
Yeah, again, the tier 2s you have very often you have generated ones, which are usually quite nice because they're a combo of the easy tier 1s.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've had like double tracked a bunch of times. I think that's like one of the ones that can be doubled. The other ones cannot be doubled that much, I guess.
2 wolves. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's just Wretched Crown, but for free.
Not bad. Okay. Is that it? Any final
That's
final words for YouTube?
Well,
I mean, I guess we can, have the fairly obvious caveat that, like, despite how much experience we have with the game and how much we played, like, several of these curses, none of us have ever taken or have taken, like, once. Like, there's just so much content in this game, so Like, it's possible we're wrong on some of the stuff, but using our best intuition to kind of suss out what it seems like they are anyway.
Some of these things might
Yeah.
also change in the final list, since I'll post it in Discord for the
Rushsecond.
leader and Xecnar,
Yeah.
Kuro.
Yeah.
Yeah, there could be some dissenting views.
Yeah. So maybe we'll make adjustments. So just check the description. It may be slightly different, but for most of the discussion, it's probably just go off of what we talked about here.
I'll add this in conjunction with the heroes. Don't take this in isolation. Like if you have different hero preferences that you think you can argue for that are better than the tiers that we came up with, then that obviously has a knock-on effect to what curses you'd consider to be good and so forth.
Yep.
You can't take one of these without looking at the other.
Okay. Well, I think we will say goodbye to YouTube then. So
Goodbye.
YouTube.
bye.
Farewell.